Welcome back to Robinson Crusoe Adventures on a Cursed Island. We're doing Castaways solo, which means we have Friday and the dog with us. Spot the dog. And we're playing with our carpenter. So we avoided pulling an event card beginning of the first turn, but we're not going to get so lucky this time. So let's get up here. The first order of business on our turn is to draw an event card. And they're, I think, generally quite bad. Alright, so it's adventure event card time. So I'm going to give these a shuffle so you don't think I've cooked the deck. These are all bad, of course. Generally, all things you have to deal with. And if you don't deal with them, it's very bad. Alright, shuffled up. And here we go. A nighttime surprise. Oh, we've got this green symbol here, which means whenever we do an Explorer action, we must flip over the green Explorer card no matter what dice we roll or how many people we take with us. It says you wake up to a howling coming from the nearby bushes. You find a dark cave, and inside, draw a mystery card. A mystery card. Oh boy. Alright, well. Oh, and that is going to push our food crates over here. And down here. Alright, so mystery cards, I believe, is this big pile here. So we're going to give that a shuffle, and we're going to draw one. Oh dear. Yes, and everything's been added in here. Expansions and such. So this can be bad. This can be good. It can be treasure, it can be a trap, it can be a beast. It didn't say keep pulling them until you find a beast. It just says draw one mystery card, period. So alright, shuffled up. And do we get lucky or do we get unlucky? We get a wild dog! A black wild dog jumps on you. Come on, where's Spot to defend us? Gain 2 wounds if you have less than 4 weapon skill. How appropriate. We get jumped by a wild dog and we get 2 wounds. Ouch! Well, thanks a lot, Spot, for protecting us in the night. 2 wounds. 1, 2. Ouch! That hurt! Like I said, those event cards are generally not good. Okay, and now we also have this available. So if we put one guy here, draw a mystery card. Why would we want to? If we let this go, place a beast card on top of the hunting deck. Man, I don't like just drawing mystery cards. They can be bad. They can be good. They can be bad. That one was bad. That was a beast that attacked us. Okay, that was our event phase. Now it is time for... what is the next phase? Let me figure it out. Ah, yes, the next phase is the morale phase, which is good for us because we're playing a solo game, and it means at the beginning, before you do anything, of the morale phase for a solo player, you increase it 1. This is all good, which means now we're going to get 2 determination tokens, giving us a total of 3, which is awesome because we're going to start using our special abilities. Okay, up next is production. So we have the production phase. And for the production phase, we look at our camp tile. We're going to be producing 1 wood and 1 perishable food item. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to get a banana and another piece of wood because we need a lot of wood. And as the carpenter, it's actually good for us being the carpenter for this particular Castaways scenario. Let's put those in our currently available resource bin. So yes, those resources immediately go here because we had production. So currently we're sitting here with some oil as per the scenario sheet, 2 wood and 1 banana, which is good for eating at night so we don't lose 2 health from starving. Alright, that was our production phase. And now it is time for the adventure phase. For what do we want to do? We can go exploring, we can gather some supplies, we can build stuff. Got to think about what we want to do and get doing it. Alright, one thing we definitely want to do is build the hatchet. We found the mountain space on our first turn exploring. So freaking lucky. We are going to go ahead we're actually going to do two things here. So I believe this says the wood pile requires 15 wood markers, but you can only put wood on the pile before the action phase of each round. We are currently right before doing our actions, and so our current wood, we're going to take one of our 2 wood we have currently available, and we're putting it on our wood pile so that we do it before the action phase, which is now. Now our special token, this can be played at any time out of phase, so we'll be able to put 2 wood from that oil token, which is right here, only for the wood pile, and it actually says specifically you can only put wood on the wood pile before the action phase of each round, with the exception of the mast and the oil. The mast and oil can be done at any time, I believe, at any time. So we're going to cash this in right now because it can be done at any time, and it can be done out of order. I checked in the rule book, so I'm just going to do it now so I don't forget. So we're going to spend that oil special thing. So we put down some wood, we douse it with oil, which means we actually get to put 2 wood for the oil there, because that's what it means. And yes, we can go out of turn. It's the only thing that and the mast can go out of turn, because normally for 1 turn you can only work on 1 of the wood pile locations, but because it's the oil, you can do it out of turn, and it's the exception. So that's cool. So we've got that down. All right, and continue on. Now we're into the action phase, and we still have a wood and a perishable food in our ready supply. So let's go. We're going to take a look at our carpenter character sheet, because we're going to use one of his special abilities. Good thing I consulted the rules. A correction! You can only build on 1 stage of the wood pile once per round. So we can't do the oil. The oil can be used outside of the turn order for building the wood pile, but you can't build on the wood pile. You can't build 2 different sections of the wood pile in 1 round. It takes you 5 basic rounds to do all the wood. Alright, so we get to hang on to the oil. We just don't need to use it now. Alright, let's take a look at our carpenter sheet for our special ability. Alright, so taking a closer look at our carpenter, we do now have 3 of our determination tokens. We're going to spend 2 of them because we have economical construction. Scarce resources? What are you talking about? This is more than enough for me. So we can discard 2 determination tokens to spend 1 fewer wood during 1 action of any type. Which means, awesomely enough, we can spend 2 determination tokens and go -1 wood, and you can go to 0 wood that you need. So let's go ahead and make that hatchet. Oh yeah, so we're doing 2 determination tokens, and we are going to go ahead. What are we going to do? We're going to go ahead with our both of our tokens. We're going to make sure this happens. We're going to build that hatchet because we needed 1 wood and we found them out in space. And yeah, we're guaranteeing it's going to happen, and we're guaranteeing we don't have to roll any dice. Alright, we still have Friday and the dog left, and I'm not sure exactly what we want to do with them. We don't have to use them at all, but we probably will. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to have Friday and the dog go exploring, because the dog can only explore and he can only hunt. And we can send Friday out to do things, and the dog can help him. So we're going to go exploring. Now, we do have this symbol on top of the Explorer deck. What it means in solo play with Friday is he will take a wound, and we don't draw one of those cards, but the token will go away. So that's how that gets resolved. For solo, if we had gone there exploring, then we would need to draw the card, but Friday does not, but he will take a wound for that. Now he's got 3 wounds he can take, and we can also give him a swig of rum to heal him up as well. Now we didn't build a shelter this turn, so we're going to take some damage for that. However, not really too concerned about it. Alright, we have Friday exploring, so now we have to go from left to right and do all of the things that it is we are doing. Alright, so starting off from left to right, so we would do any of these actions. We're not doing any of them, so it looks like our food crates might pop off the end here, get shoved off. And we're not examining the cave, so nothing's happening here. We didn't go hunting. Now, you always have to have two to go hunting. You can't go hunting by yourself. But maybe, I don't know if we're going to go hunting or not. We just need to build a wood pile and a fire and get everything cooking. All right, are we building anything? Yes, we certainly are. We're making the hatchet, so let's go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, we definitely, and we make, as a carpenter, we're making darn sure that we make this hatchet. Now, of course, the hatchet doesn't, it's not a, you can't remove it, we'll put it that way. So we're going to put the white token on there to signify that we have built the hatchet. And now we get a, it's going to go into our future resources. So we're going to go ahead and put the +1, we're going to go ahead and put that +1 token that's going to go on our camp tile. I'm going to put that into the future resources, which will happen at the end of the turn. All right, yes, wood. We need lots and lots of wood. Okay, that was that taken care of. Now let's go see what Friday and the dog have found in their adventures. All right, and like I said, for the solo play, now, because there's two of them, there's Friday and the dog, we don't generally need to roll any dice, but because this was on top of the deck, you would normally, even though you didn't roll any dice, have to pull one of those cards. But because we're playing solo, all it means is Friday will take a wound for that, and that token goes away. So let's give him a wound, then we're going to come back and we're going to flip a tile. So Friday in his adventures is going to take a wound, and him and the dog went out exploring. He got a little bit damaged. All right, let's see what they found. And did they find anything? I don't know. He got damaged doing it, so let's see if it's going to pan out for us or it's going to be problematic. And they find more mountains. Wow. Okay. And we can gather food and gather wood there if we want. And then we have this symbol, which means nothing for our scenario. And we get one of those mystery adventure tokens. I forget exactly what they're called. So we're going to get one of them as a future resource. So we're going to reach in the bag. We're going to put all these tokens. And we're going to grab one, and it's going to go into our future resources. And we get nourishing larvae. 2 bananas. Well, yeah. That's really not going to do us much good because we're just playing solo. I would much rather have had that be a fallen tree or something. So anyway, there's that. All right, that is, I believe, the end of our sort of doing everything. End of our doing everything. Yes, very technical. So I do believe now those resources go down into the available for next time. Let me double check though. Okay, so yeah, after the action phase, these become available. So this is going to go onto our camp as a +1 wood every time we get to the production phase. And this, the larvae, they do immediately become 2 non-perishable food because they're larvae in a wood. So we're going to get 2 here. Now, eating extra food doesn't heal wounds or anything, so that doesn't really do much for us. Let's put this on our camp space, so that's pretty important. We don't have a shelter yet, but we are getting 2 food every time for production. Yes, I smell victory. Yeah. All right, that was the end of the action phase. It's all over. Now it's the weather phase. And because we're on turn 2, we have no weather die to roll, so we don't need to worry about it. Most excellent. All right, that was the weather phase, and now we're on to the night phase. All right, at this point we could move the camp, but we're not going to. And the +1 wood would come with us as well. So we could move the camp over to the location. Now, we're not going to bother. We're not going to bother moving the camp. That each player must discard a food item or take 2 wounds, not including Friday. So we discard. We chomp on some larvae. That's it. If you do not have a shelter, no, we do not. Then we are going to suffer 1 wound. After being ravaged by wild dogs and we're out in the open, we're going to take a wound. If we take another wound here, we're going to jump down on the morale track. But luckily we're playing a single player, so we actually bounce 1 up on the morale track at the start of every turn, which is very helpful. Now, what else do we want to do? So we discard any non-perishable food. Yeah, the nice larvae and the bananas we collected, they all just kind of rot away in the night, so those are gone. But we still have 1 wood here, and we have the oil that we can use next time. Yes! Awesome. And now we can do some healing. During the night phase, players may heal. Now, do we want to heal Friday? You know, I think it's time for Friday and I to have a little bit of a rum drink. What do you think? All right, well, we had the starting item, the flask of rum, and it says during the night phase, which we're in right now, each one of these is plus 1 wound we can heal. So we'll give half the rum jug to Friday. He can heal 1 of his wounds. Now he's fully healed again. Thanks for exploring and finding that awesome stuff. Those grubs didn't do us any good though, but whatever. And we get to heal 1 wound as well. And now we no longer have a flask of rum. It's out of the game. It's been absorbed. Friday and I had a little bit of a booze up there. We don't have a fire though, so we're just sitting on the beach drinking our rum and enjoying the evening, which there's no storms yet. Thank goodness. And our dog is just sitting there looking at us too. All right, that is the end. You know what? I do believe then that's the end of our entire round. So off we go to the start of the next episode. Next time will be round 3. Yep, and when we come back tomorrow, we'll be starting round 3. We're still not rolling weather dice. Ooh, those are going to get to be problematic. But I have a plan. I think we're going to start building a shelter next time. And, oh yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, well, that's going to wrap up our episode of Robinson Crusoe Adventures on a Cursed Island. We're doing Castaways. We're starting to build the wood pile. We've got a little bit going on there. We have a hatchet now, which is so good, giving us 2 wood a turn for production phase. We're still going to skip weather for 1 more turn. Our morale's going to go up 1, which is awesome. Really, really awesome. I like it. And yeah, I think next time we better concentrate on making ourselves a shelter. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, likes. This is Robinson Crusoe Adventures on a Cursed Island. We're playing Castaways. We are trying desperately to build up a giant pile of wood, light it up on fire. We can make the fire now. Cool. So yeah, thanks so much for watching along, everybody. Really appreciate it. Helps with my channel, and hope to see you tomorrow for the continuation Robinson Crusoe Adventures on the Cursed Island. We're doing scenario 1, Castaways, and we're doing it solo. At least we got Friday and the dog with us, and we got quite a buzz on now because we drank all of the rum. All right, thanks so much. Hope to see you tomorrow for the continuation.